Hi, my name is Jill Calvin. Like you, I'm an average, everyday horse person who wants to do the best I can to give my horses everything they need and want in order to live a long and healthy, comfortable life. It was over 20 years ago when I took a keen interest in my horses' hooves. They fascinated me. And the more I learned about them, the more fascinated I became. It was during that time I told myself if I ever get to study for a bachelor's degree in equine science, my final project is going to be about hooves, and here I am actually doing it. This class, my final class at post-university, is an independent learning experience, which means students develop a learning plan under advisement of a professor and complete a supervised course of study within a speciality. Students document the learning process during the class and reflect on the type of study undertaken. This class gave me the opportunity to take a deep dive into a subject of our own choice. Most of us chose a subject that we are interested in or are passionate about, so right from the start we were all excited about the class. Next, we developed a complete learning plan for the project to evolve, including phases of the project, milestones, and due dates. We created a schedule to keep our project going in order to complete it in the short 8-week term. Next, we set about our research to identify and evaluate resources that support our subject matter, the learning plan, and project content. Some of us created a spreadsheet that listed our resources, main takeaway points, quotes, citations, or aha moments. Anything we needed to remember to add to the project can be noted on the spreadsheet for easily referred back to it. I found that I often referred back to much of the knowledge and academic skills I had developed over the last 3 years with post-university. Using my structured learning environment towards building a project in this independent learning experience helped me to complete it in an academic manner. Having the opportunity to work independently, I found myself doing research in many more areas than I would have done if not for this course. In doing so, I learned from my own interests and exploration and brought it all together in an academic project. Halfway through the class, we learned about the Feynman technique, which is a method of testing our own knowledge on a topic by explaining it simply and clearly so that a child may understand it. Later in the class, we were asked to think about our approach to building a final project in order to submit our term project draft for the professor to critique. We would start at the start and work our way through systematically to bring it together one section at a time. If so, we would start with the easy sections and save the hardest and longest for last. It was interesting that the discussion board revealed that many of us worked on our projects in the same way, by bringing the sections together, small and easy first, and tackling the longer and hard sections later on. And what about an introduction and conclusion? When do they get written and added to the final work? Usually at the end. This learning experience has taught me how to organize and prioritize a goal, how to keep on time and on track with assignments, and how to think and act independently on an academic level. Academic learning involves reading and writing, studying and reasoning rather than physical skills. My deep dive into researching my chosen subject of horse hoof care and maintenance took me down a long and fascinating path of research, reading and gathering information, and then I got to compile it into a handout or booklet that will help other equestrians like myself. The learning process of independent learning is more open and less structured than a traditional class, but it develops independent thought and allows for growth in areas beyond academic and into everyday life. This course turned out to be more about the learning process and what we learn and how we learn from independent study rather than the final project itself. I am proud of what I have accomplished during this class, and I have enjoyed the process. Thank you for listening.